Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't mean a thing if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. you be so blue, thinking about you. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue, blue, blue Christmas.
Making sure. This is a new day full of sound and light and expectation. This day has been waiting for you. This day has been waiting especially for you, to embrace you, to guide you. This day has been waiting with open arms, just for you. This is the day we have been given. Let's not waste it. Come now and let us worship together. Please rise and body your spirit for our first hymn in the Teal hymnal 1002, Comfort Me, 1002.
Comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me. Sing with me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Speak for me, speak for me. Speak for me, oh my soul. Speak for me, speak for me, speak for me, oh my soul. Dance with me, dance with me. Comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul.
Welcome, everyone. So I had an idea. Well, we'll see if it works. I'll say Merry Christmas, and you say Blue Christmas. All right? Merry Christmas. Blue Christmas. And now I'm going to say Blue Christmas, and then you'll say Merry Christmas. Blue Christmas. Merry Christmas. Oh, I like it. Good to be with you all. This is one of our two services today. We have a 5 p.m. candlelight service, traditional candlelight service, where we all sing Silent Night together in this beautiful space. That'll be 5 p.m. today. But this is kind of a special day. It feels kind of right to me to have Christmas Eve on a Sunday and Christmas Day on a Monday, because I usually take Mondays off. So it's like Christmas every single week. Good to be with you all. I got a really nice offer from Bob Siebold. He said, if you would like to join a group of people who are going out for a meal after this service, Bob, would you mind raising your hand just so people know who you are? If you want to meet Bob downstairs in coffee hour, he's getting together a group that can go out for lunch after. So if any of you want to come join, Bob is a great, fascinating guy. And good taste in food. So you should have a good time. Let's see, anything else? I'm going to be away for Christmas Day until the new year, January 1st. I'll be visiting my in-laws in upstate New York. But if you need anything, please contact the office. Kathleen may be here. Oh, there's some maple syrup here too? Oh, you need maple syrup. Okay. I'll see what I can do. I'm not Santa Claus, but I know how to get maple syrup. I think that's about it for this morning. I'm going to be hanging out afterward, so if you'd like to talk for a little bit, I'll be here. Now I'd love to invite Michael Conder for our chalice lighting.
Good morning. I'm Michael Conder, and I love Christmas. The Christmas season for me always started every year on Thanksgiving morning when I would get up early to watch the parade on TV with my dad, while he periodically worked on the coming meal during commercial breaks. It would only get better as the season went on, and he would decorate the house and barn with lights that would shine from sundown to dawn. He would spoil us with special meals and thoughtful gifts under the tree. Spending time with him watching Christmas movies or going to concerts or playing in the snow always made my spirit bright. Though I have some less than happy memories surrounding Christmas time, my father always helped to make the season feel special. But all that changed in 2019, the first Christmas without my father. My dad always encouraged me to be myself and to explore my creativity and imagination. Going on without him, especially during the holidays, is harder every year. There is so much I wish I could share with him, and so much I wish we could still do together. All of us have these types of people in our lives if we look back and remember. And they live on within our hearts and within the stories we share with our friends and loved ones, and in the art we dedicate to them. In memory of my father, I would like to share with you an original holiday poem. This poem is going to sound vaguely familiar in structure, but please fight the temptation to try and sing along. This poem is entitled, My Christmas Tree. My Christmas tree, calm, peaceful tree, your presence here delights us. When you're here, things are fun and bright. When you are here, they no longer fight. My Christmas tree, calm, peaceful tree, your presence here delights us. My Christmas tree, kind, friendly tree, your lights are reassuring. They shine so bright in the darkest night, even in blight you make souls alight. My Christmas tree, kind, friendly tree, your lights are reassuring. My Christmas tree, glad, thankful tree, so many years we've loved you. You've been through so much over the years, still you stand strong through glad and sad tears. My Christmas tree, glad thankful tree, so many years we've loved you. My Christmas tree, void withered tree, death leaves us sad and hopeless. All along you taught me wrong from right, can I go on without your insight? My Christmas tree, void withered tree, death leaves us sad and hopeless. My Christmas tree, pure pleasing tree, delight in both new and known. You remind me of Christmas past, our love lives on, we make it last. My Christmas tree, pure pleasing tree, delight in both new and known. My Christmas tree, wise wondrous tree, oh to see how you've grown. Your bounty's ever plentiful, new family joins the spectacle. My Christmas tree, wise wondrous tree, oh to see how you've grown. So this morning we light this chalice in remembrance of those we've lost and the spirit of hope for the future.
Kathleen, so for those who can't resist, now's the time to talk. Greet your neighbor, say hello, say Blue Christmas.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Hogue, and I'm the Director of Religious Exploration here. The Jedi Master is off for the day. We've given him the whole day off. So we're going to go decorate cookies later. So today's story is called The Rhino Who Swallowed a Storm, and it's by LeVar Burton. And he even signed it. In the middle of the morning, Micah Mouse trembled under her blanket. A storm boomed outside her window. Rain crashed against the glass. Wind rattled the shutters. More than anything else, Micah was afraid of storms. A year before, a powerful hurricane had destroyed her home. "I'm scared, Papa," she said. "We are safe, Micah. This storm will pass soon," said Papa. "Would you like for me to read you a story? I know just the one to help you feel better." Micah loved books, and Papa's gentle voice soothed in a way that made her forget all about the thunder. Papa opened the book and began. Long, long ago, before there were words, animals roamed in bountiful herds. Little Rhinoceros lived happy and free, exploring mountains and meadows, rivers and trees. His world was delightful and chock full of magic, until out of the blue, the magic turned tragic. A storm swept through the valley, turning bright sky to black. A flash flood came raging, no time to react. Lost in the thundering, no time for wondering, chaos and lightning, fury so frightening, earth quaking, him shaking, water rumbling, him tumbling, raggedy, jaggedy, senseless calamity. The storm crashed through his world, and tore it apart and took away everything dear to his heart. Rhino was stunned by the terrible scene, death and destruction all through the ravine. Enraged by the pain of such a great loss, Rhino acted without a thought to the cost. Rhino looked at his world, all tattered and torn, stood out on the ledge, and swallowed the storm. Inside his belly, he felt the storm growing. Inside his head, he heard howling and blowing. Like a tornado, he spun as the storm raged inside, growing bigger and bigger and wider than wide. When he finally stopped, when he regained control, he was at the very bottom of a very deep hole. What to do? Rhino worried as rain dripped down his face. I'm lost, and I'm lonely, and in such a dark place. At just the right moment to comfort and guide him, a spider dropped down and dangled beside him. The world up above is shattered and gray, but it's where you belong, so you must find a way to let that storm out and move through your sorrow. You'll find many helpers on your road to tomorrow. Oh, but that hole was dreadfully deep, and the walls all around him were slippery, steep. Rhino tried to climb out, but was losing all hope when Kangaroo heard him and threw down a rope. Though Rhino was heavy from the weight of the storm, they towed him right up, got him safe, dry, and warm. We're strong and steady and always ready when danger strikes. We hop to it. Fire or flood, snow or mud, when help is needed, we'll pull you through it. Watching those heroes do what they did best gave Rhino the strength to set off on his quest. That storm he was clutching made him buzzy and blurry. It kept his brain foggy and filled him with worry. Where do I go? What do I do? How will I ever make it through? After every dark night, there comes a new day. Be kind, do your best, and you'll find the way. Up comes the sun. There are steps to complete. There isn't a map. Just follow your feet. Rhino followed his feet to a wallowing spot where he plopped on a rock and had a deep thought. I'm tired of caging the wind and the rain, exhausted from holding all this anger and pain. We're all on this earth to learn and to grow, a wise old tortoise chimed in from below. Allowing yourself to start feeling your feelings is the very first step to the journey of healing. It doesn't much matter if you're fast or you're slow. If you want to move forward, just try and let go. Rhino shook and shimmered and stomped in the muck, and just as he hoped, that storm came unstuck. At first, one little raindrop leaked out of his eye. Then Rhino let go and had a good, long cry. His tears formed a river that flowed to the sea, where a pod of whales swam happily and free. I do feel better, Rhino thought as he drifted. Then up swam a whale, and Rhino was lifted. If you ever feel blue, the whale said with a spout, remember to breathe, breathe in, and breathe out. Sing your own song and take it deep, 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 then rise above with a joyful leap. As he floated home on a gentle wave, Rhino felt calm and strong and brave. His vision was clear like the sky above, and he looked at his world through eyes filled with love. He thanked the kind spider and the brave kangaroo and all of the others who helped him through. He was glad to know that if he ever lost hope, they'd lend him a hand or throw him a rope. He had journeyed his journey a very long way to find the light in a world turned gray. He'd swallowed a storm with no thought to the cost. He'd felt all alone. He had been tumbled and tossed. Life would bring changes, beginnings and ends, but he had faith in himself and faith in his friends. As they curled up together, he felt loved and protected, and he dreamed of a world that was safe and connected. He understood now it was love that mattered. Love could never be lost. Love could never be shattered. Papa closed the book and gave Micah a hug. I know it was scary when our home was destroyed last winter, said Papa. Bad things happen sometimes, and we can't always control that. But we had lots of helpers, said Micah, just like Brano did. That's right, little one, Papa said in his gentle way. You're never really alone when bad things happen. There are family and friends, even people we don't know, who are always there to help us through tough times. The end. I'd like to invite the children up here with me. So we're gonna read the covenant, which is in your order of service. Love is the spirit of this church,
and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Thank you. And I'd like to invite you also to sing our children out with Go Now in Peace. Ready? Go now in peace. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
Good morning. My name is Min Rayleigh. Our church is supported by pledge income from members and friends like you. If you wish to make an offering to us, please designate on your check or envelope. It is for UUYO. Our Giveaway the Plate recipient for Christmas Eve is the Minister's Discretionary Fund. This fund is used to help our members and community in times of crisis, making sure people can stay warm and healthy during the holidays and beyond, allowing people to have a place to stay for the night, have groceries or dinner for their children, help with unexpected expenses due to medical bills, and more. Your contributions today will go directly to help fellow members of this church and those who come to our church seeking help to ensure that people from various backgrounds can live healthily in Youngstown. We will now receive the offering that supports the life of Youngstown, the Mahoning Valley, and our wider world.
please join me for a time of silence.
Our reading today is When You Meet Someone in Deep Grief by Patricia McKernan Runkle. Slip off your shoes and set them by the door. Enter barefoot this darkened chapel, hollowed by loss, hollowed by sorrow. Its gray stone walls and floor. You, congregation of one, are here to listen, not to sing. Kneel in the back pew, make no sound, let the candles speak.
Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all the children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere, olden times and ancient rhymes of love and dreams to share. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, families drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside, and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, families drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year.
On me. First of all, let me say it has been a doozy of a year, and it seems like every time I'm up here lately, I'm doing a sad service and shedding tears. Today will be no different. But I will make you a promise that at some point in 2024, I will be part of a fun service with no tears. Maybe not the first service of the year, but at some point it will happen. I'll have a blue Christmas this year, but probably not as blue as last year. I'm a December baby, and I used to hate it because my birthday was overshadowed by Christmas, and often I got gypped on gifts. No one born in June got one present for their birthday and Christmas, right? But as an adult, I have come to love Christmas. I love the trees, the lights, the decorations, and the treats. I love getting presents and being surprised. But what I really love most is giving presents. I especially enjoy when the recipient really, really loves the gift I give them. It makes my heart so happy. Not every Christmas has been great, of course. There have been a few not so happy ones, where people were not able to come home, or someone was sick, or someone was fighting with someone. We spent one memorable Christmas in the ER due to a bad stomach flu. Then there was that one fabulous Christmas when my boyfriend broke up with me in front of my entire family. Don't feel too bad for me about that one, because that night, as I was crying to my friend Sean about my broken heart and how no one would ever love me, he confessed that he was in love with me, and we have been together ever since. This is our 23rd Christmas this year. I've had some sad Christmases, some angry Christmases, and even some lonely ones, but I would say I never really had a true blue Christmas until last year. Last year, the loss of my brother and my best friend were still really raw. It was the first birthday and Christmas that I did not get a call or a text first thing in the morning from my brother telling me to have a good day and that I am loved. He was so proud to always be the first person to wish me a happy birthday, and I will always miss getting those wishes. It was a hard year all year long, but come December it really hit me how many people that I loved were gone, how many empty chairs there were, and how lost and lonely I felt. Like the Grinch, I felt my heart grow small and cold. Don't get me wrong, I didn't have any devious desire to steal Christmas presents, Christmas trees, or roast beef dinners, but I did want to avoid people and celebrating. I wanted to hide out in my cave, all alone with my dog, who is not named Max, but Jack. I wanted to hide out without a person or a who in sight. I felt so broken and hurt that for the first time ever in my 40-plus years, I sympathized with the Grinch. My favorite Christmas song has always been "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." There are so many good lines about making the Yuletide gay, trouble being far away, and faithful friends gathering near to us. Last Christmas, I could not stand to hear it. Every time I'll Be Home for Christmas came on the radio, I cried. Songs like Holly Jolly Christmas, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, and all those other fun songs that I always loved so much just pissed me off. I wanted to smash the radio just like the Grinch did. But Blue Christmas hit home. I was so blue thinking about all the people that I'd lost. There were no red decorations on my green Christmas tree. I did not put up a Christmas tree at all, in fact. I barely did any decorating, and I did have a blue Christmas. I've been in counseling for the better part of the last year, and part of grief counseling is acknowledging your loss, your pain, your hurt, and letting it go. It isn't just grief, though. The same can be done for any reason. It may be fear, anger, sadness, regret. It might be grief, but not specifically grief from the death of a family member or friend. If you are going through a divorce or a breakup, if you lost a job that you love, if you have no idea where your future is headed, if you are blue for any reason, you can acknowledge it, accept it, even embrace it, and then lovingly, like the parent of an adult child who has overstayed their welcome, open the door and kick its ass out. You can kick that blue to the curb. Yes, this Christmas might still be a little blue, but it will be better than last year. I am still, and always will be, missing my grandma, my brother, my best friend, aunts, uncles, cousins, and other friends, even acquaintances. I am missing friends, both living and no longer living, who are, for whatever reason, no longer in my life. Yes, that does make me a little blue. My life isn't perfect, but it's getting better. I'm getting better. I may not have as many friends as I would like, but I am once again open to new friendships and to rekindling friendships that have fizzled out. I may not be as close to my family as I wish I was, but I know who loves me. I am blessed in so many ways. I wish everyone who is feeling blue this Christmas felt as loved and blessed as I do. If I could, I would give every one of them my love. I would let them know that even if they don't have the love that they want, I guarantee they do have love. Someone, somewhere, probably several someones, do love them. And if they are open to giving and receiving love, they will attract that love to them. Sometimes, though, that's the hardest part, feeling worthy of being loved and letting people love you. Lord knows that's one of my major struggles. But as Reverend Joseph always says, and I often paraphrase, you are loved and never truly alone. And I will say again, yes, I will probably still have a little bit of a blue Christmas this year, but not quite as blue as last year. And in big part, it's because I know and accept that I am loved. I have been loved, and I will be loved. And though it's okay to be a little sad and to miss those no longer here with us, it's also okay to let new love in, to enjoy the season, and to celebrate. I have been working so hard this past year, and I feel like I have grown so much. A friend recently reminded me that we all have. I personally feel a lot less like the Grinch this year, and I'm pretty sure my heart has returned to its normal size. With all the love that I've been given this year, this week, this day, maybe even like the Grinch, it has grown a size or 3.
I know loss too. Can I just get a show of hands? How many people actually know loss here? So many things over the years have reminded me of the people who've been very dear to me, who I've lost. And I find that many of those memories are positive. A favorite meal that the person loved, a baseball game, hearing a particular piece of music, watching a movie that they loved. And I've only really started taking note of Christmas, honestly, since being a minister. And I see more clearly now that Christmas has a fundamental sadness. It does. It's part of the story, and it's part of the experience. In a time of hope, cheer, and goodwill, togetherness, family, friends, it highlights the absence in any one of those areas. And I've learned that sadness is part of what gives Christmas its beauty, at least for me. Its poignancy, its yearning, its humanity. But it can be really hard. And what seems to make it really hard is the sense that this time of year is supposed to be a certain way. Whether that certain way is it's supposed to be a time of incredible joy, incredible happiness, overabundance, closeness, or sometimes an assumption that it's supposed to be, and it has to be, the opposite. That it will be incredibly sad, incredibly lonely, incredibly hard to bear. But it's an assumption of how it's supposed to go. And then a kind of build-up into trying to gear up for that expectation, whatever that expectation is. And I don't know if this will be helpful. I hope it is. It doesn't have to be a certain way. This time doesn't have to be a certain way, based on something that we've figured out beforehand. It's okay for sadness to come, and it's okay if we laugh when we think we should be miserable. And it's okay if we don't feel the luster of the season and we feel kind of blah. And it's okay to become giddy like a schoolgirl unexpectedly and make a fool of ourselves. I've done that before. You know, and it reminds me, when I was thinking about this topic, it reminds me of something that people assume about worship. Some people have told me they assume that to lead worship, you have to be in good spirits. You have to be in a good mood. You have to feel uplifted. Some certain way. You don't. That's a secret. It's a relief. It's a relief, actually, to learn that. For me, being here with all of you, participating in worship is an opening up to life and willing to find out what's there, held by a loving community. It doesn't require a certain state of mind, a certain state of heart, a certain attitude, and that's what makes it so special, so healing. It takes us as we are, and it allows us to move through our experience within a loving community. I find there's a tremendous freedom in that. Sometimes I wake up on Sunday morning, honestly, and my neck hurts, or I didn't get much sleep, or I'm worried about a family member. I'm missing certain people. And I've learned I can come here. And this place can hold all of it. I mean all of it. And lately I've been noticing the power of not holding on to the experience too tightly, but being open to it. Allowing and opening in this loving community. Opening just a little bit, not too much. Not forcing anything, just a small opening. And I find the experience changes. It has a life of its own, even if the changes are subtle. And sometimes I'm so grateful for the sound of a baby or a beautiful piece of music. And I let that be a companion, a friend, to the experience I'm having in my heart. The experience has a friend. It's not in competition. It's just not alone. And not by itself. This time of year, I find that forgiveness is important. Forgiveness of ourselves, I mean. It's okay to forgive ourselves for being the way we are. It's okay to let down the burden that we should be some other way. That's how transformation happens. When we quit pushing for transformation. When we allow it to show us what we're holding. And we give that enough space to rest for a moment. And we feel the aliveness in ourselves, even if the aliveness is not what we had in mind this morning. I was reminded of the Buddhist story. Maybe you've heard this one. It's a story of a woman who lost her son. And she comes to the Buddha and she says, "Bring my son back to life." And he says, "Okay, I'll do that. If you can bring me one mustard seed from a household that hasn't known loss." And she says, "Okay, I can do that, I think." So she knocks on the first door, and she asks maybe the most important human, intimate question you could ever ask any one of us here. Have you known loss? Have you known loss? And a man opens the door and says, "I just lost my mother, just like a month ago." And with tears in his eyes, he explains how he's still not over it. And she goes, "Darn it." She goes to the next one. A small girl opens the door, and she asks, "Have you known loss?" She says, "Yeah, well, I lost my grandma. Yeah, I know loss." And she goes door to door to door, and it gets dark out. And then she comes back to the Buddha empty-handed. No mustard seeds. And then she gets it. She gets it. Sometimes being empty-handed is the best. In the moment, it does not feel like that. It definitely does not. We want the impossible, at least I do. We want to not go through what every household has gone through. But being empty-handed, holding nothing, we can actually hold each other. We can actually comfort each other, even though we're in sorrow too. Isn't that funny? We can comfort each other and be in sorrow at the same time. I thought of this service and I wondered what it would be like to go door to door right now, household to household, and see if you could find at least one household where one person in that household is not blue. Not blue. I'm doubtful we'd find one. If each household was honest, I'm doubtful we'd find one. But for me, that doesn't need to get in the way of the holiday. Here's my little funny quirk. You don't need to accept it. Just say, hey, it's Joseph's funny quirk. This is my idea. It's called Blue Christmas, which means I'm a very simple person, very simple-minded. Christmas can be blue. Hanukkah can be blue. The holidays are not discounted because of blueness. But it's good we allow it in, keeping in mind we're not alone in it. And if we're experiencing the loss of someone really acutely this year, to name them, to include them, even if it's just in silence, to ourselves. I think the most painful thing in the world is the feeling that we have to leave some important part of ourselves out in order to have a true experience. I think that's the most painful thing in the entire world. And I think we can ease some of that, even if it's still hard, by including it. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be a big gesture. It doesn't have to take a whole lot of planning. Just holding the person in our mind, in our heart, for a moment. Saying their name to ourselves, sometimes out loud. Just including the experience of that in what is happening. And sometimes it's overwhelming. And that's why we have a community here. For me, that's the spirit of Christmas. It's a bunch of people like us, full of loss and sorrow, wondering if we're alone in this world, in our misery. And lo and behold, we have lots of good company. And more than that, we have something really special, something that can't be overstated. Imagination. We have the ability in our sorrow and misery, and I'm blown away by this. We have the ability in sorrow and misery to imagine a hope that borders on embarrassing to fathom. Embarrassing. The hope of peace, goodwill toward all. It's so childlike, so pure, so important. And that is not a mandate or anything that anyone needs to feel forced into. But I want to say, even if that hope feels too much for you personally, I beg you, and I'm truly begging you, please allow that hope for someone in the world. For someone. Please allow that possibility to arise in someone's heart. Somewhere. And in allowing that possibility in someone, in the general world somewhere, we realize a funny trick. It might start arising unexpectedly in us. It's actually happened to me. You know, I've showed up more than once this time of year, feeling like, God, can't we get this part of the season over with now? And I'll be sitting back here. And all of a sudden, I'm disconcerted by joy. Have you ever been disconcerted by joy? Like your mind is telling you you should be feeling something, and you're in the middle of feeling it, and all of a sudden something comes up that's positive? A feeling of disconcerting joy. I have felt that on many occasions. It's very, very strange. But I've learned to count on it now. I've accepted now that joy doesn't need a reason. It just comes sometimes. And that's okay. If you've never experienced that kind of disconcerting joy, I wish you the equivalent this season. An unexpected joy. An unexpected yearning. Unexpected hope. Don't worry. I can see some of the minds moving. It can still be blue. It can. Don't worry. My favorite kind of joy is blue. My favorite kind of hope is blue. It makes joy and hope flesh and blood, human, real. Let's pray for that this morning. Spirit of love, Spirit of peace, please give us something real this morning. Please give us something real. Please help us to feel our sense of being part of a loving community. Help us to be grateful for the chime of the bell, for the musicians, for the wonderful words from Min Rayleigh, for Tim Raridan, Andy Crabb, Allison Crabb. Thank you for all these people. Gene O'Brien, who's there bringing the Christmas spirit every single Sunday. May we know that we're not alone in this time. And may we light a candle for those who we've lost and for those that we still remember. And now Min Rayleigh will introduce that part for us.
In the back, we have a table of candles that you can light at any time in remembrance. But today we have a special candle lighting. This is a healing ritual for Blue Christmas. We have one white candle and 4 small blue candles. Each represents something powerful and important. The white light represents the light of pure love that we all carry within us. Our light can light the way for the others, just as the white candle will light the blue candles. The first blue candle is lit for those that we have loved and lost, for all of those who are no longer with us. We light this candle to both honor them and give thanks for the time that we had with them. Please take a moment to hold their memory in your heart. The second blue candle we light to acknowledge our pain, grief, and loss. We gather that pain, accept it, and try our best to let it go, or at the very least, not let it overwhelm us. It is okay to feel sad, and it is okay to heal. Wherever you are in that process, it's okay. You are not alone. Take a moment. Let's take a moment to forgive ourselves, others, and the universe at large. Take a deep cleansing breath and know that even if you don't feel it, you are okay. The third blue candle we light to honor ourselves and those we do still have in our lives. As much as we need to love and be loved, we also need to love ourselves. We appreciate all that we have and all who we have in our lives. Take a moment to reflect on those around you, the friends, loved ones, and family of either blood or created family. Be thankful for them. Take this moment to tell yourself that you are loved. The fourth blue candle we light for our faith, our hope, and the promise that the future holds. Possibilities are endless. Life is hard, but it is also beautiful and full of opportunity. Opportunities for love and for joy. Take a moment and breathe in all those possibilities. You can light a candle to honor someone who has passed. Feel free to come up, light a candle, and speak their name. You can light a candle to acknowledge your grief and pain. You can light a candle in gratitude for all that you have. You can light a candle with hope for the future. At this time, we welcome you to come forward and light a candle or two for whatever reason and whatever wish you would like.
I light a candle for all the reasons that she just said. And right now, especially, I light a candle for Marceline. Thank you for the music.
I light a candle in memory of my father, Harold Conder.
I light a candle for my mother, Nancy Galbraith.
I light a candle for my good friend who died this year, my brother from another mother, Phil LaMonica.
I light a candle today for my little dog, Tara, who was with me for almost 10 years, and I just lost her a few days ago. It was unexpected.
Hope Lavernov just texted and asked if I would light a candle for Hope, for her loved ones, Bill and Gina.
Thank you all for being a part of that. And at this time, I would like you to rise in body or spirit and join us in our closing hymn. It's in the blue teal hymnal, 1021, Lean on Me.
Times in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm going somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those other needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts until we meet again.
As you depart, please remember the one great fact, including you on Zoom. You are loved and never truly alone.
Thank you.